My girlfriend cheated on me, 26, with a close friend of mine. My social circle split in two. Feeling heartbroken, don't know how to love anymore. I'm looking for a location where I may remove my mask, the facade that hides my inner thoughts and actual feelings. Pretending to be okay and happy has taken its toll on me. It's exhausting. I'm 26 years old and work full-time. I'm a family-oriented Asian, which stems from my personal childhood. With my parents split, I value ties and friendships. It's been about a month after my previous relationship, in which my partner cheated on me with someone I used to consider a close friend. Things haven't felt the same since. Few people knew what occurred. All I told them was that we had broken up. I don't want to burden my friends with negativity. They always considered me as a source of joy and someone in whom they could trust. Perhaps when I was in a good relationship, I could assist people in need. Right now, it takes a lot more strength. Now I feel as though I've lost my ability to love. I'm numb and empty. My heart is crushed and devastated. I've only been in 2 relationships and I'm already tired of them. It all occurred within the last 4 years and both ended in disaster. My first relationship ended quickly, and my second included a close friend who cheated on me. My first relationship ended quickly and cruelly 4 years ago. It lasted just over a year and, in retrospect, it was a terrific experience. We met online and discovered that we had a lot in common. It was our first relationship, and it seemed perfect for the first year. We had a lot of enjoyable first-time encounters with one another, and our families got along well. However, a few months later, after our anniversary, she requested a break, which resulted in a split a few days later. She wanted to end the relationship for a variety of reasons, including, I can be a little blunt and analytical when she asks for advice, but she only wanted emotional connection. I wasn't keen on adopting new hobbies that she liked and wanted me to try, and not asking her out on proper dates enough. Instead, I only bring her out with friends and family. All of these are things I could have worked on if she had talked with me. She, on the other hand, believed that splitting up was the wisest thing to do. I tried to explain and beg, but nothing worked. She eventually barred me from all social media platforms. Her parents even apologized to me, despite the fact that it was not their fault. That breakup hurt a lot. Apparently, first breakups usually do. I realized I needed to be more sensitive and emotionally open. I discovered that I should be more open to new experiences. I discovered that love can make you oblivious to your faults and problems. I discovered that complacency in a relationship is a genuine thing. I realized that I needed to be more conscious of my surroundings and work more in my relationships. I took some time to recover, which honestly seemed more like I simply became used to the agony. I ultimately returned to online dating and met a female with whom I thought I had a strong connection. We dated for 3 months before making it official, partly because I didn't feel emotionally prepared. This time, I felt compelled to set things right. I attempted to make her the happiest girl in the world. I picked her up from work every day, occasionally went on a date with her while we were there, and then dropped her off securely at home after I finished work. I learned to cook in order to keep her happy and nourished, her favorite foods, a full-course dinner, and so on. Because her hands and feet get chilly quickly, I learned to crochet and created her a whole set of winter accoutrements, including socks, gloves, and a scarf. I enrolled in an art class to learn how to sketch her a picture of the 2 of us holding her pets. I attended another animation class in order to produce an animation for our anniversary that included all of our favorite moments. I made it a point to care for her family just as much as I do for her. We spoke about our future throughout our dating relationship, and we started looking at houses/apartments, just looking at the market, where we can afford, what suburbs look decent. We spoke about kids, schools, professions, parents, and so on 10 years in the future. Everything was well, and our families were content. Then I received a large promotion, additional responsibility, and had to manage more people than I had ever managed before, spanning various locations and countries. I had to communicate with people all around the globe and work overtime virtually every day owing to calls from people in various time zones. I just didn't have the time or energy anymore. I started missing several of our family's birthdays and significant celebrations. I was unable to keep up with my normal duties. I was exhausted. I began purchasing last-minute presents and restricted the amount of time we spent out together. I could no longer entertain impromptu trips and gatherings, and I had to organize my weeks ahead of time simply to retain my sanity. I didn't spend much time with my pals either, just conversing on Discord when I had the time, or for big occasions like birthdays. Then, a few months ago, a good buddy, Jay, phoned and asked to speak with me. She seldom calls me directly, instead preferring to contact me or converse with me on Discord. She asked whether I'd seen anything strange about my girlfriend. It came out of nowhere, but I told her I'd noticed she's been talking to other people a lot. But I felt she's just trying to keep herself occupied since I don't have as much time on my hands. She informed me that another person in the group had been chatting to my girlfriend on a regular basis. Someone D, in my inner circle, apparently became close to my girlfriend shortly after I was promoted. They've been hanging out a lot on days when I'm working extra, according to my acquaintance. She said that they began as group trips but rapidly evolved into one-on-one dates. I appreciated her words and thanked her. But what happened after another month was chaos. My intimate friend group disintegrated, splitting into two halves. When D began to gloat to a few others in the circle about his new lady and how he's getting fortunate and everything, it became clear that my girlfriend was cheating on me. They all began squabbling when one of them snitched on him to the rest of the circle. Some agreed with D, but the majority chastised him. I'm not sure what they know or have heard. They said I was ignoring my girlfriend, that I no longer loved or cared for her, and that my girlfriend now loves D. Everything stum. It didn't matter what they said. It was only that I believed they were close friends. When I questioned my partner, she did not deny it. She admits to cheating on me, yet she still claims to love me. It was enough for me to call it quits with her right then and there. It's been 2 years since we've been together. When I told our family, they were really taken aback. That week, everything was on fire. I simply saw my life, my goals, and my hope engulfed in flames. What made me feel even worse was when her father approached me a few days later and sat me down to chat. He embraced me and apologized. He said that I would have been his perfect son-in-law if he had raised a nice girl. I was moved to tears by his teary eyes. It's not his fault, nor is it any of theirs. During one of my buddy's birthday parties, I reunited with a childhood acquaintance, M. It's a small world. Even after all this time, he saw right through my facade and understood there was something wrong. I couldn't keep it a secret any longer and informed him. He shared his opinions on love, relationships, and females, among other things. One of his arguments really struck a chord with me. You're much too kind. Being polite is wonderful, but being too nice in the beginning may be disastrous. They begin to take you for granted, and after they've become used to your generosity, they'll see it as a right rather than a favor. Then, when you're too tired or too busy to maintain that compassion, they'll believe you're missing, and they'll start pointing out your shortcomings and calling you out. It's referred as keeping you on your toes and pressing you to develop. Some females enjoy bad guys because they want to see their partner develop as a result of them. They want that kind of accomplishment. They don't receive the same pleasure from someone who has everything figured out. They are terrified. But in any case, many ladies like her would wind up regretting their actions because they realize what they have lost only after they have actually lost it. If she ends up crawling back, don't take her back. You are deserving of better. To be honest, I'm not sure whether he's accurate. Or if he is, I don't care. It simply seemed natural. It struck a chord with me. But I'm at a loss on what to do. His remarks made me feel both better and worse. It was the most contradictory sensation I'd ever had. It shouldn't be my fault, but what did I do to deserve such treatment? Nonetheless, it's fantastic to see him again. The very underpinnings of my life were shaken the week it all occurred. Friends I considered to be among my closest deceived me. A tight social group that was previously close disagreed, battled, and divided over me. And a girlfriend who I adored cheated on me. I've lost my sense of self-worth and confidence. I've wondered whether I'm a good friend or person, and if the people I care about would feel the same way. I had lost my individuality and was hiding behind a mask. I've erected so many barriers that I can no longer see what's in front of me. I'm not sure what to believe anymore, and I'm not sure who I am. Perhaps my wounds will heal in time, Or at the very least, I will become used to the agony. Work will keep me busy and my aunts and uncles, who have always been there for me, will keep me grounded. I'll gradually reconstruct myself from the ground up. Maybe it wasn't my time for love yet, and maybe someone will come along later. I'm not sure. All one can do is hope. I apologize for the lengthy diatribe and for taking up your time. I'm not even sure why I typed all of this. Perhaps I simply needed some affirmation for my sentiments or closure on all that had transpired. Thank you for your time.